Our project is advancing forest fire prediction, integrating UNet and drone imagery for enhanced risk assessment and management. Our team members are Ziyun, Kan, Yudong, and Chen Lei. These are our like 5 different parts for the presentation. The first one is the problem description. As you can see for the left picture, like the forest fire are a big danger to wildlife, properties, and people. The old ways of guessing where fires might happen don't work well because they can't handle lots of the information or deal with the different types of forests. Our project uses a very smart model called UNet and pictures taken from the joints to better predict where fires could start in British Columbia. Like we divided the forest into areas with different levels of fire risk. This helps people know where they need to be careful. With this information, they can better prevent fires and decide where to use their resources. For the algorithm adaptation part, the first part is like the adaptation of the drone imagery. That's why you can see the architecture of the UNet, and we use 4 different UNet, and I will like introduce in next picture. But for this one, we will introduce that the UNet has shown like the remarkable adaptability for analyzing high resolution drone imagery, especially in identifying the fire risk areas. Like its architecture featuring a unique combination of downsampling for context capture and upsampling for detailed reconstruction, like makes it perfectly suited for the precision required in the fire risk segmentation. Like you can see here, we have like 4 different UNet model in the UNet family. The first one is the traditional UNet. The second one is the R2 UNet. The third one is the UNet 3++. And the fourth one is the REST UNet++. Like for the 3 advanced UNet models, like just add some like add something on different layers, as well as like for the REST UNet, like the last one, it just adds the SE block and the reschedule block to the traditional UNet to make it like more accurate or something. Yeah. And for the next part is our simulation setup. The first one is we just define the purpose of the experiment. After that, we will do the model phase part. The first one is like do the framework development. After that, we will training the model based on the imagery and our labeled images. And after that, we will jump to the threshold determination and move to the experimental phase. The first thing we do is the UVA development. After that, we do the image segmentation. After that, we will do the color mapping. It's more like convert the RGB to the HSV. And after we got the result, because as I mentioned, we use like the color mapping as well as the threshold, as well as like the F1 score, recall, and precision in the metrics in the UNet model, and we will get the final score of the risk assessment and do the risk assessment with the final score of the colors to do the risk assessment, as well as try to find the most suitable model for this project. After that, we will do the strategy formulation and we will do the feedback loop.
From here, we will briefly introduce our project results. But before we dive into that, we would like to mention our version controls. First of all of our images were processed from RGB to HSV color spaces using the algorithm as shown on the slide. This allows us to efficiently calculate the distance between every single color pixel. Second, between 4 distance calculation algorithms, the cosine distance, the Chebyshev distance, the Mahalanobis distance, and the Jacob distance. After some tests and comparisons, we have decided to deploy the very first one for all 4 UNet family models used in this project. With that said, here is a straightforward showcase of our final results, produced by each of the chosen U-Net family models. Using the results we get from the basic U-Net model as the baseline standard, we can see all other three models managed to generate their precision, accuracy, recall, and F1 values validly. Comparing them all together, it is safe to arrive at a conclusion that U-Net 3 Plus provides the best results by getting a precision of 0.621, an accuracy of 0.74, a recall value of 0.86, and a F1 of 0.30. Because the purpose of this project is to be able to provide users with a fire risk prediction combined with a risk control solution, we have decided to use different risk thresholds to clearly indicate how much of a risk a forest covered area might be lit. For a test image, our project will efficiently check what's in the image and calculate a fire score. Then based on that score, the image will then be marked with different risk levels. Take the image presented on the slide as an example. Each model was able to successfully identify it as medium risk of being lit, although with different scores, while U-Net 3 Plus were able to achieve a result that's closest to a manually calculated value.
We introduce insights from the result, the most suitable model. We have 4 models, so we rate the model respectively based on the accuracy. So from the result, we can see the model of U-Net 3 Plus is the most consistent. So the score of U-Net 3 Plus is 95. U-Net 3 Plus is the best model, so we will use U-Net 3 Plus to get the result for the different vessels. Next, insight from result responding solutions. We have set up 4 thresholds: low, medium, high, very high, and we give solutions according to different thresholds. So for the low threshold, we will use training and education to solve it. For example, personal training and public education to improve forest management. For the medium threshold, low-level protection is necessary. Dry grass will be implemented. For the high threshold, we will use some tools to protect forest. The construction of fire prevention facilities will be utilized. Finally, for very high threshold, restriction is necessary. We will suggest the government restrict personal access, prohibit outdoor fires.
Now, let's recap what we've achieved and the directions for future research. In conclusion, for what we did, we developed models based on U-Net for tree detection, and we predicted forest fire risks with machine learning and drone photos. For why we did it, we want to improve forest fire monitoring's accuracy and efficiency. And also we want to enable BC government and affected parties to get ahead of fires by setting risk levels and responses. For how we did it, we utilized drones to capture high-resolution forest images, and then we applied image segmentation algorithms and color transfer algorithms for risk assessment. And then we compared various distance calculation algorithms and found the cosine distance best for assessing risks. For our results, we utilized the performance metrics including accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score to measure model efficiency. And our study demonstrates effective fire risk prediction with the capability to provide targeted forest fire risk management solutions. In terms of limitation, we think that currently the model primarily uses colors as features, which might not be robust enough for complex environments. And secondly, we think that the UNet family, while useful, may not be the most effective deep learning model for target extraction. In response to these limitations, our future work should focus on developing more specific and robust features at the identifier. Besides, there is a need to explore and implement more advanced deep learning frameworks like LLM models trained on massive datasets. And that's everything. Thank you for your attention.